Hello boys and girls, I'd like to thank Mr. Hawkers for my nice new little ident card there. Now you all know what I look like. Large, ugly, with a Ghostbusters t-shirt. I have that shirt, it's great, I love it. If you want to see more of Hawkers stuff, please visit the link in the description. A bit flustered now, I've started this intro 4 times. Anyway, welcome to the World of Tanks Beta. I'm going to do a quick review first look at this, because people keep asking questions of it and I keep doing little videos in it. So, first we're going to cover the basics of the game. When you first get the game, you'll register and it's like an MMO launcher, so you get a little window come up, it says update, and then you launch from there, then you're in the game. Well, from the MMOs I've played. You start off with 3 tanks and a couple of thousand gold. Gold is the bigger currency in the game, but you can change gold into money. I can't remember if you get gold or money from fights. I'll cover that in a minute. Anyway, when you first start playing, you'll have 3 tanks. You'll have the tiny derpy tank, a German tank, and a Russian tank, which I don't like because they're slow as shit. So I kept the derpy tank. As you use the tank more, you gain experience points, which you can spend on upgrades such as new tracks, engines, radio, new guns, new turrets. However, some tanks require more experience, some tanks require less. Once you've maxed out the experience, you can spend the experience on crew training, and then have a slightly better crew who can drive the tank slightly better. Okay, you with me so far? There are a few different types of tanks. We have light tanks, which are meant to be small, fast and manoeuvrable. You have medium tanks, which have a bit more punch and a bit more armour. Heavy tanks, which lumber about the battlefield like giant wobbly blamangers. Tank destroyers, which I'll come to in a minute. And artillery tanks. We'll cover the basic tanks first. Light, medium and heavy all work in the same way. You've got a main body with the tracks on, and you've got a turret that can do a complete 360 degrees. As you use these tanks, you can upgrade them, and they're all well and lovely. The only point where tanks differ are with the tank destroyers and the artillery tanks. Tank destroyers can only shoot forward, so if you've got a tank destroyer, you want it to turn quickly. You do have a small amount of play with the turret on the front, because the tank destroyer normally shoots straight ahead, destroys. Well, pretty much a tank destroyer runs up to things, punches it in the face, and then waddles off. The artillery tanks sit in a shrub very far away and hide and shoot big lumps of metal very far. However, they do act like tank destroyers, but with a much longer reload time. You can use them as regular tanks as well as artillery. Those are the basics of the tanks. Light tanks are only meant to fight light tanks, medium tanks are only meant to fight medium, heavy blah blah blah. However, where this differs is where the artillery tanks and the tank destroyers come in. Because currently there's not a huge number of players of this game, you can be in a fight with light tanks and there'll be a few medium tanks, meaning you either have to gang up or use some tactics. Luckily, even though this is a light tank, it has the same size gun as a medium tank, so you can do a fair bit of damage, but the medium tank has more armour, but the light tank is smaller. So it's fairly balanced in that respect. But I have heard complaints about people who use Tiger tanks and they just run around very quickly and piss everyone off. Okay, I think I've covered enough about the basic idea of the game. Let's have a look at some basic combat using Derpy Tank. At the start of every battle, you click battle, you wait a few moments, and it takes a while to stick you into a game. Nice thing about this game is you have a few different tanks, and you're never locked into a fight. So if you get stuck or blown up in a fight, you can just ditch that tank for the meantime until the fight is over. Of one of the basic maps, a sort of countryside map. There's a few different ones. There's a desert, you can blow up houses. Let me think. There's a desert one, there's a few open grass areas, there's a city or a town, something like that. And a few others. They're pretty big maps for this sort of game. I'm against some quite heavy tanks as well. They're very annoying. As you can see, I'm a light tank and I'm actually against some mediums and possibly some heavy tanks. Start of every game, you have a 30-second timer so other people can join. I shall take this moment to point out the game isn't half bad looking. It's still beta, but it's still fairly pretty. Timer is the most annoying part. As you can hear, the tanks grumble along quite merrily and quite decent sounding. The WASD keys to steer the tank. Turret is mouse control, and you have this cool little sniper view as well. You also have a slight amount of auto aim using right click, where the inner green reticle will do some work for you. You've also got a radar on the bottom right, which shows where all your tanks are and where any enemies pop up. And I forgot how fast little derpy tank is. It does 40. Let's talk about the experience system. You get experience for playing games, but you get money for doing damage. So even if you just sit in the corner far away from everyone, you can still make a bit of experience. However, you won't make any money. But the game's quite generous and gives you a fair amount of gold that you can change into regular money at the beginning. Shit, tank. Fire the missile!
Target acquired.
Basically, this is what you'll do. You'll sit in a shrub and punch things and hope for the best.
Target lost.
That's the only downside of the large open maps. They can get a bit dull because you punch things in the face from very far away. Sadly, you don't get a choice in maps, you just get chucked into whichever one's currently going. To win the map, you either capture the enemy base by sitting near their flag, or destroy all the enemy tanks.
Critical hit.
Fuck! I'm not even doing any damage!
Track hit.
No! The track's hit! Oh, and I'm down. That's doing so well. Oh, we're gonna lose anyway. Anyway, if you get destroyed, you can hang around in battle, or exit the battle, head back to the garage, and the tank will still be in battle, but you can change to a different tank. So I can now go out in my M2 tank, which I don't think I've done anything with yet. Oh no, I'm trying to research a new engine. So, that was the basic tanks. Let's have a look at the artillery tanks. Head back into battle. Ah, another countryside map. Now, artillery tanks are used differently. Artillery tanks, you basically hide in a bush very, very far away and hope that an enemy sits somewhere in the correct place. You can punt it one from across the map. The main downside of artillery, apart from being a bit dull, is buildings get in the way. So, a map like this, I should be able to do fairly well. First, you need a bush to hide in. I'll hide in that one just behind me. And also, artillery tanks tend to be slow as shit. It's not a very big bush, but it will do. See, I got a bit of wiggle with the gun there. Hit left shift and you open up the artillery map. So we'll just scroll around a bit and see what we can find. So we've got the enemy base way up here. So I might just fire a shell out anyway and see what I hit. Oop, got some tanks. Shit, he's a speedy one. Gonna have to get a lead on him. Ah, he's going to go sit on the cliff. Yes! The red outer dotted circle shows where your shell's going to hit to a degree. It's a fucking fast one. Oh shit, I lost it. I'll fire off another shell anyway. Oh shit, I'm being shelled. Okay, so let's talk review time. World of Tanks. I must admit, it's rather fun, but only in short doses. The main problem is, this is a sort of MMO game. It's not too huge, but when you've got teams of like 15 to 20 people on each side, big maps, you've got to use some sort of tactics. I'd say we're sort of merging into the realm of MMO. The problem is, I don't think there's any basic sort of communication or matchmaking with friends. There's no real friend system built in. You've got contacts and you've got fine contacts. From as far as I know, making a match with a mate is a premium piece of content. I tried to get a mate to try and do it and nothing happened. We just both gave up and kept playing random games and moaning about tiger tanks. So I think the social aspect is lacking, because I think that's the main reason most people play RPGs or big MMO games. You have the social reason, because running off and killing 15 MacGuffins to take it back to Roger, who's in the back end of a shop, isn't that interesting. If you get a few mates to do it with, then it becomes fun. So that's where I think World of Tanks is lacking. However, it is currently free, and it's not bad in short bursts. I have no idea what the retail price is going to be though. But they might also make it free, but then you have to people with premium accounts, and with premium accounts people can just buy whatever the hell they want. I mean look, provides 50% more credits and XP per battle with a premium buy. So you're going to have people in far better tanks. And there's also the people who just play the game picking constantly. So, from the aspect of it still being free and still being in beta and still being tweaked, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's not bad, it's alright for a nice free game. You jump in, you have a quick little battle, you upgrade a tank, you go, yay, my derpy tank took down a big T2 tank, I'm so proud. So the derpy tank is actually quite good, especially if you drive it backwards. But if it goes to retail and it's like 30 quid and you've still got people paying for, I wouldn't say this is worth 30 quid if it does go for that. If it's like 10, 15, yeah, I'd say it's a decent buy for 10 or 15 quid. But bloody method. I will break that game for the rest of my life, damn it. Spilt me drinking. So yeah, World of Tanks. It needs more of a social side. I haven't tried the voice comms yet because it's still in beta and no one talks. There is pretty much no chat in any game I've been in because the chat system is a bit crap. You have to hold down control, go to the chat window, click who you want to talk to, or if you want to talk to anyone or the team, and do it like that. That's a bit of a crap way, considering most games just have press Y, start typing, message, hit return. So there's a big social aspect missing. But it's free, it's quick, you can have a nice little game, dump out of it, go about your day. I'd say with that, it's not bad. And what can I research? I still can't research this fucking radio. 5,600 research points. The hell? Rather drive me M2. M2. There, 6 out of 10. As always, I'm Big Adam, and I do crap reviews. But I have a derpy tank! For instance, this is a light tank. Now, light tanks should only fight other light... Fucking bastards. Fucking bastards.